Hi everyone, Dr. Enrico Dolcecore here from Full Life Chiropractic. Today's topic, the second pillar of health, toxins. Hope you enjoy. We talked about the three pillars of health, the physical, chemical, and emotional. We already did a video on emotions, there's another video on physical, but for today is the toxic or chemical branch of our health. And what that means is what we put in and what we're exposed to creates toxicity inside and outside of our body. We're going to talk about the inside of our body right now when it comes to toxicity. Again, I think where we are in the world right now requires another level of thinking. And to sit here and to tell you that drinking, smoking, caffeine, sitting on your butt, eating bad food, fast food, fried food are bad for you and will make you toxic is probably a waste of time and space right now. We need to move to the next level and really talk about how do we decrease toxins in our body? How do we eliminate toxins in our body? And how do we really fortify our health, our immune system, and all of our other systems in our body? And that requires intracellular and extracellular detox, which means inside and outside the cell. Outside the cell is all the squishy stuff. When you grab your skin and you feel the tissue underneath your skin, or if you bump yourself and you get a swollen bruise or swelling, or you got a puffy area behind your neck, that swelling is all extracellular, okay? Those are outside your cells. Inside your cells, you also can have waste buildup as well. And with everything going on in the world, I typically use cancer and heart disease as examples of what happens when toxicity builds up, intracellular and extracellular, and how our cells start to adapt and change into atypical cells and can become tumors or cancerous. Or I feel like we should talk about viruses this time. Don't you? I do. Don't you? I do. Kind of a hot topic right now, viruses and how they work. And what a fantastic example. And I wish I'd been doing this for the last 14 years, more so than cancer. I feel like cancer is just an emotional reason why people want to talk about it, to tell people about their health. Hey, you don't do this, you'll get cancer. That's a scary way to talk. But talking about viruses, I'm not saying if you don't do this, you're going to get the virus. Don't get the virus. It means that how viruses work will help you understand how important it is to really be focusing on intracellular and extracellular. Anyways, viruses work a little bit different than everything else, like bacteria. Bacteria is a typical thing I think we've learned in high school biology, is where a bacteria gets into the body and it can wreak havoc. Food poisoning, diarrhea, vomiting. I mean, that's typically bacteria that's gotten onto some spoiled food. We ate something moldy, something gross, whatever. We understand how bacteria work. Viruses work differently. They're breaking up of DNA and RNA proteins that get into the body, yada, yada, yada. But the whole point of this is toxicity. Viruses proliferate, viruses succeed, and viruses grow in toxic cells. So cells that are not as healthy cells. Vital cells won't allow the virus to do, they'll fight them off quicker and not allow the virus to proliferate, unlike toxic cells. So really important to talk about toxicity. How do we make ourselves stronger to not only fight viruses, but to be healthier, to function at a higher level? And that requires detoxing. Unfortunately, everything that we do, we sit, we work, we stare at a screen, we absorb information, we've got radiation all around us now with Wi-Fi and cell phones, and we've got chemical stresses with sodas and coffees and caffeine and flavored water, and we add stuff to our waters and our juices and all this. Then there's food, non-organic, organic, processed, not processed, fortified, not fortified, and it starts to build up. And toxicity builds up in our bodies, in our organs, in our tissues, outside of our cells and inside of our cells. And what we need to do is help it push out. And I think we're above right now talking about exercise and sweating and those good things that you can do to help detox, and drinking lots of water. Let's talk about more that we can do to help this. Vitamin C. It's been in the research for 50 years on helping from everything from cancer and tumors to conditions and Parkinson's, and lots of different, helping with them, not curing. I'm not talking about any cures, but helping people with their immunity and all this great stuff. Vitamin C, high doses of vitamin D. Vitamin K was in the research a long time ago too. Then we got things like glutathione, liposomal glutathione that can really go into our cells and push things out there. I'm telling you, if you're doing the multivitamins, your vitamin D, omegas, your probiotics, you're doing some good 2002 health stuff. You're doing good, but guess what? 2002 was almost 20 years ago. You were falling off the bandwagon thinking that a multivitamin and our fish oil is enough for fortifying our health. What we need to move into is more isolated type stuff. If you know you're B6, B5, or B12 deficient, you need to be taking that as well. So if you know you're B12 deficient, you gotta be taking B12. You gotta fortify that. Glutathione is something we just don't get as much as we used to. It's something that goes right, and liposomal will be absorbed extracellular, intracellular, which is awesome. It helps pump out toxicity. And then that's where sweating and drinking lots of water helps get it out through the lymphatic system, which is good too. So a big thing today, it's liposomal glutathione that you can find. Click the link below. We'll have links below this video, and you can buy your own. You can shop around, read about it, and buy your own. I highly recommend it for you and your family. So toxicity is a huge thing that we want to be focusing on to pull things out of the cell and get things out of our body properly so that we can continue to adapt to our environment. Remember, we talked about that with health. So one of those things to think about. Another thing that's toxic is what we say to ourselves in our mind. That can become toxic as well. And a lot of studies have shown microbiology changes when we have too much anxiety, too much self-doubt, too much negative talk. Maybe we're being bombarded by others downward and pushed down. That can have intracellular and extracellular changes in the bodies too. It has DNA changes. If you look at from that perspective as well, it can even change our DNA. It's profound of what toxicity can do, and it proliferates all around us. What we can't do is eliminate it. What we can do is mitigate it or manage it, and that's with proper detox, taking breaks, getting good night's sleep. That's one of the most important things. If you're not a good sleeper, everyone has a different definition of why they don't have good sleep, but there's some rules you need to follow when you sleep in order to detoxify and heal. And sleep's really important. It's got to be pitch black. Your windows have to have blackout curtains on them or be able to fold completely to not allow any street light in or outside light, even the moonlight in. You want to block that out. You want no digital clocks that have lights on them, no night lights. You just want dark and quiet. It's the least you can do to at least give yourself a chance of falling into deeper sleep. It's having less distractions. There's night lights that glow and change colors. Those things are stresses at night that your brain does pick up. It does see. Just because you close your eyes doesn't mean light doesn't go through the eyelids. So that's one thing. Noises, if you need a white noise machine, there's been studies to show that does help people fall into better sleep, maybe to drown out noise from cars driving by the home or late night. But sleep is another major important thing there as well. Instead of trying to spew everything onto a video, how about we comment below and create a thread where people can ask questions on this video about toxicity. And then as the videos come out, you can ask questions based on that video as well, and we can go above and beyond. I think the world needs this right now, but I can't help the world. I can't help 8 billion people. I can't help 1 billion people. I can't help even 1 million people. I've got my community right here in North Tampa. That's as far as I think I can reach, and I definitely can't even help all the people in there. Can't even help all the people in my neighborhood. Those are thousands of people. There's only so much we can do, but collectively our communities can help each other, and as more communities help each other, it spreads around the world. So I hope this is valuable. Have a fantastic week, stay healthy, and get rid of those toxins.